somebody drove by with some moonshine, so we had to shut this thing down to get into some serious business, relocate. Somebody found her moonshine still in the mountain behind us at that other side. So we had to change that up for you. So anyway, so we're back, and it appears our internet connection wasn't as good as we had hoped before. So we're going to just completely start over, and you may hear something different. You may hear the same thing, but it's untelling. So it's great to have you here with us again at Henderson Settlement. I did mention we've got about 90 folks here on work camp this week. We've got a group from Daisy UMC in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, Denver UMC in Denver, North Carolina, Elkhart Faith UMC in Goshen, Indiana, Keachai UMC from Keachai, Kansas, Branchville UMC from Branchville, Indiana, which actually, as it were, is the original home church of Howard Frakes, who started Henderson Settlement. So we're always thrilled to have those folks with us. Lagodi UMC from Lagodi, Indiana. Looks like it's Indiana week to me.
I thought it sounds pretty good to me.
Ludington UMC from Ludington, Michigan. We also have North Manchester UMC from North Manchester, Indiana, which is your church, correct?
That's right.
Yes, it is. And then St. James UMC from Appleton, Wisconsin. So we're thrilled to have all those folks again, about 90 folks or so here working in the community and doing things on campus and those type of things. So we're just really excited to have all these folks with us this week, and they just make such a huge difference. And so, as I mentioned, it's a beautiful day here at Frakes and at Henderson Settlement. I'd say the temperature may be around 75, 80, something like that. A little breeze, and it just feels great to me. How about you?
It's sunny.
Yeah, it is sunny. Yeah, it wasn't sunny a minute ago.
It wasn't. Now we can't see.
Yeah, I think we need to work on our lighting. That's kind of the producer kind of got the lights a little bright on us.
That's right.
We'll work with what we got.
That's right.
Well, anyway, so I want to bring on a work camper that's with us this week. This is Elsie French, and she's from the North Manchester group in Indiana. And Elsie, it's great to have you with us. We appreciate you taking a little time this afternoon to be with us. Hopefully not to repeat too much, but how long have you been coming down on work camp with us?
I have been coming since 2011.
Yeah, 2011. Okay, yeah. So we really appreciate that. So you came every year since then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a different group. So how did you learn about Henderson Settlement and what we do here and those type of things and kind of get started coming down?
Well, we had at one of our UMW district meetings, Amy Sell, who used to be here,
correct.
Work here,
Yep.
Came and spoke to the women. And then we also had Amy come and speak to our church on a UMW Sunday. Yep. And we were excited by what Amy said and what she was doing here and what you do here.
Absolutely.
We thought we want to go to that place.
Yeah.
And so that inspired us to get a trip together.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. We're glad that you came. So you've come down since 2011. You've done a lot of different things. And one of the things that we wanted to get across to you, one of the reasons I wanted to bring Elsie on as a work camper is oftentimes we have folks who contact us and say, well, we've got someone in our group and maybe they're a little older and they feel like perhaps maybe they aren't able to go out and do a construction job or feel like maybe there's just nothing for them to do. But that's the furthest from how it actually is. It's if you want to come and serve and be a part of what we're doing here, we have something for you to do. So whether that is I think earlier you had said that you had done some peeling apples and cutting apples and preparing to make apple butter. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the first year we came, we wanted to get our feet wet with mission work. So, none of us had really done that. So we came down on Sunday. And as I told you before, we got here about 10 o'clock at night. None of us had been here before.
That's a great time to get here.
And the pastor drove the old blue van, the big van, and we got here,
What color was that van?
Blue.
Blue. That's a high priority out there. Just if you come.
That better than orange?
Yeah, orange. Yeah, if you show up in an orange van, anyway, let's move on. Yeah.
We showed up in that blue van at night, and we had to find the security guard, and he found out where we were supposed to be and got us in bed above the dining hall. And so then later in the week when we drove out to see where we came in, we realized how steep some of those cliffs are.
That's why it's good to come in at dark. You don't see that.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know, but
you're not scared until you go back out.
So we came in. That's right. We came in and just stayed till Wednesday. So that only gave us a couple days to work.
Yeah.
And we got to peel apples, which got frozen. And then we went home, and some of us, 3 of us out of that original group have come every year since, except one of our group, Paul Nichols and Kay Spangle and I came, you know, we were coming every year.
Right.
And then Paul actually died this summer. And so we were really missing him this week. He was,
we were sorry
he
to
was
hear
the
that.
smarts on the project. So, you know, he knew what to do, but we really miss him. But we peeled apples and they were frozen. And actually the next year when we came back, we got to make the apple butter with those apples.
Oh, that's right.
I wish I could have that job every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved that.
Yeah.
That was such a great experience.
Now, how do they do that? They cook that outside or something, or they cook it on a stove? How do they do that?
Oh, they build a fire, and I think I've been told like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
They get that fire going and getting those apples going, and then of course it's later when we come after breakfast.
Yeah.
And we just stir all day with that big stick and
big pot, big copper
big
kettle.
pot, and then they pour in that sugar and I think what red hots. And cinnamon
Oh
oil.
yeah.
And,
Hey, listen, don't be giving away any cooking secrets.
well, I'd say, they don't have any recipe. They
we
pour
don't.
in.
Well,
Dave said,
that's
I
why
don't
we just
know.
figure it out as we go.
That's right. And then we have to jar it up when it's really hot to get the lids to seal it. It's just fun and it is delicious. You can buy it at the craft store.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's really good. We appreciate you doing that. Now, so you've been coming since roughly
2011,
6-7 years, something like that. So now, tell us what kind of jobs you've done in those 6 years or so.
The first year we of course did that, peeled apples and worked in the food pantry, and then the next year we made applesauce and painted one of the rooms in the dorm, mission dorm here,
right in this room.
And did that, and then we just thought, maybe we want to try a community project.
Yeah.
And so we signed up to do a handicap ramp for a man, and we went out, 54 curves in about 2 miles to that man's house.
That was one of our straighter roads.
Yeah, right. It was. Anyway, we counted the curves one day and went out there and down a steep to the trailer. But we built a handicap ramp out there. But the amazing thing was the first morning we were out there, the man's name was Raleigh, and we got there and shook his hand and said, we're going to build you a ramp this week. And he said, well, have y'all had your morning coffee?
Yeah.
And we had, but we said, we have, but we'll have more. And Raleigh had coffee for us every day.
Yeah.
And we were just out there a little bit ago.
Yeah.
We've gone out every year to see him.
Yeah.
We were out there a little bit ago and we had coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great thing. People just find different ways to try and express appreciation, to you. People don't take, for the most part, for granted what you do, and they just really appreciate you, and they look for different ways to try to express that. So.
And I think one of the things, I'd say is, we went out and did that job and went home and told people we were more blessed than the blessing we gave out because, I thought, maybe I'm not so good at offering coffee to anybody that comes to the house. I should do that. These people really, and just this week, we were talking about how these people, usually they're more laid back. They don't worry about the stuff we worry about. They're not caught up in all the.
Now, when they start offering moonshine, that's where we start. You really feel like family then.
We don't tell you that.
No, don't tell me that. I don't want to know about it.
No.
Oh, that'd be bad. but I know when they have, because y'all are always, everybody's real happy when they come back in from the job site. Instead of tired, they're happy. That's always a giveaway. Elsie.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. So, I'm the final thing I wanted to ask you is, and you kind of touched on it just then, but coming on work camp all these years, doing different jobs and getting to know people. Of course, that connection with folks you work for in the community and the style folks you meet here at the settlement. You really do, seriously. You folks become family to us, and we look forward to seeing you every year. And when one of you, for whatever reason, can't come back, we miss you folks. But what do you take away from here when you come and you've been on a work camp or a visit? What is it for you personally that you take away from being a part of doing this ministry?
Well, I think lots of things. I mean, we feel really good that we can help somebody else, and we figure out a way to pay for our project. And, now we've started collecting pop cans and we sold produce out of my garden. We made these ghosts out of gourds that my husband grew last summer. Yeah. And, just things that we could make some money and donate that for our project. Sure. And people at church donate. And, we want to help others have a better life. And yet at the same time, I look at the laid back life and easy going life that many of them live and think, maybe they're maybe it's a better deal for them than me. I mean, they don't seem to be as worried. And, they know how to fix things. Where we went this time, his truck was broke down and something about the gearing, I don't know, steering wheel column or something. But
Yeah.
he had a lot of other cars there, and he'd just take parts off of those and fix them.
Fix
And
it
I'm
up.
thinking,
Yeah.
it's use your abilities, use
Yeah.
your ingenuity, and
Yeah.
and create that. You don't have to throw out and buy something new every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's good. A
Yeah.
good lesson for all of us. And
Yeah.
God is here. God
Absolutely.
is right here, and God touches our life as
Yeah.
well as we hope we can touch theirs. And
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Elsie, thank you again. We appreciate you coming on with us. We love you, and God bless you. And we look forward to spending a few more days with you this week.
that's right. Our job's not done yet.
Oh, it's not. Well,
and
then I'm holding you off the job. You need to get back to work.
not on Wednesday.
Oh, not on Wednesday.
Not on
That's
Wednesday.
right.
We get to take a day off.
Yeah, you're going to
But
go
we'll get it
sightseeing.
done.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Well, the mountains behind us back here, I usually say that every week. You can see that it's starting to change the colors a little bit. It's cooled off a little bit and got some rain. But our staff person highlight of the week, we're going to bring Mike Feely on with us. Come on, Mike. Don't be bashful. We all know how bashful Mike is. But Mike is, most of you folks out there probably have either talked with my
It's Brad, Jerry. It's Brad.
Yeah, I'm not paying any modeling fees here.
I know. I had to get a haircut just to get on.
Well,
this today,
I knew this was coming.
I know.
I knew we was going.
Just to bask in your reflections. Just take it.
As soon as Mike got on I said, "This here is what we are going to." Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Wait. Hold on. Look here. We got
from the boss.
We got some late breaking news here. Hold on here.
Something was breaking.
Uh-oh. Well, it appears that we have a little problem on campus. If you're nearby here at Henderson Settlement and or on campus and you're watching this, it appears that we have a goat that has escaped their fence and pen and is loose on campus. A wild goat has broken loose. It's on campus, and we never know. So we've kind of got a few visitors for our live audience today. Oh man, this is big. Now we got a lot. But anyway, so if anyone sees that goat, let us know. We don't want that goat to
Is that
sneak
the one
up
that's
on.
chained up to that engine block you were talking
It
about?
could have been next to that
I
transmission.
remember that old line.
Yeah. Oh, that's a rough goat. That is. So anyway, so we don't want to lose that goat. So we be on your toes. Don't want nobody to get her goat. We don't want that. No. Yeah. So anyway. Oh yeah. No. So anyway, Mike, I appreciate you coming on with us. Now, so tell us just a little bit about yourself and where you're originally from and that type of thing.
I'm from Lookout Mountain, Georgia, but Jerry always thinks I'm from Tennessee, so that's kind of how it works out. But it's went to the University of Georgia, graduated, thank goodness, and then a few years ago came up here back in 2013 and started work raising money. Yeah. And
Mike's just a lot of fun, and I always have a lot of life with Mike and just enjoy him. But Mike goes out and visits a lot of churches. So if you're looking for a speaker at your church or need information, Mike and Casey, who was on with us last week, they're kind of lead up that part of getting our information out and that type of thing. So Mike is great for being part of that. So now Mike, now listen. We know we like to cut up and have a big time and all that, but we want you to get serious here. Want you to get serious.
First time ever, Jerry.
Now there's a rumor. There's a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but that you may have actually gotten married right here on this spot. Is that true?
If we could turn the camera, and we can next time, through that door.
Yeah,
right on that very spot,
right
about 30 feet away, where you stand every Monday night.
Yeah.
In my honor.
And just wedded bliss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful wife. Her name's Annette. She's probably stopped listening about right now. But anyway, we're
yeah. And then if you watch this later, we love you, and we you just don't know how often we think of you and pray for you and that type of thing. But it's
sorry.
Listen, don't get emotional, Mike. This is the wrong avenue. No, we don't want that. Yeah. So the tell us now this weekend we had a little issue with some vehicles being vandalized and actually one large passenger, 15 passenger is what it originally was. We cut that back to 11 a few years ago. That actually got stolen, and just as a bit of an update on that, we found out that van was actually found yesterday, I believe it was, maybe late Monday. but that it had actually been burned. So that's a van that we, it was an older van, so we didn't carry any full coverage insurance on it. So essentially that's a total loss.
Yeah.
And
we had liability on it, but we didn't have anything to replace it with.
Right.
And
so,
it's one that we use with the youth group from time to time. So
right. So it transports folks, youth group,
Mhm,
and maybe even at times seniors or doing
Sure.
different transportation things. So how does the loss of that van specifically, and then just maintenance truck and the damage to the
senior van.
minivan, how does that impact and hurt those ministries and functioning?
As many of y'all know already, Henderson Settlement's in a beautiful area, but it's an area that's very dependent, at least in terms of our ministries, on transportation. We've got all sorts of folks we can work with, but for a lot of people, we have to pick them up and get them back home, especially our youth and our seniors that are involved. And this van was used for transportation in both those areas.
Yeah.
Many of y'all that are watching this probably also got appeal letters sometime down the line and frequent reminders that we're raising money for vehicles. This was before this last weekend, so the need's even more urgent, and it is a real need. We are dependent on being able to use that van to get kids home. So we're hoping that, I mean, a lot hangs on that. So
yeah. So we appreciate that update, and it appears that there was 2 or 3 folks involved in that, and the authorities are following up on that. So we hope those folks are apprehended, but we still want to pray for those folks and hope that they find another direction.
And the bottom line also is that if we're not able to get another van soon, we're going to have to rely on how many kids we can put in your pickup truck. Yeah. And how many I can put in the Miata, and I still don't think that's enough.
Well,
so we're
going to have to tie ropes to them or something.
I know things will get really bad. You don't want Jerry and I in charge of transportation. So do it for the kids' sake. If you can help us out, that'd be appreciated.
We don't do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, but seriously, that's something to consider if you're out there, and maybe if you have a vehicle or a minivan or something that you're considering trading in for another vehicle or something to that effect, and you would consider perhaps making a donation of that
tax deduction
to us. Absolutely, we can get you a tax deduction for that. Maybe if you wanted to give monies towards helping us repair those vehicles, or maybe help replace that van, then certainly that would be appreciated as well. You can do that. You can call us at Henderson Settlement 606-337-3613 and ask to speak to Mike.
Extension 320.
320. Yeah,
or 315 to speak to Jerry.
315 speak to me, and you probably get my voicemail. They do a lot of standing. That's not good.
We'll get back to you within 48 hours.
Yeah, eventually we will. But consider pray about that, or you can message us on here if that's something you'd like to contact us about. Have us get in touch with you. You can private message us on Facebook or email us. Just a lot of different ways that you can get in touch with us, and most of that information, if not all of it, is available on the Facebook page that you're watching us on right now. So tell me, Mike, I know since you've been here, we've started doing something called Mountain Talk, and those seem to be a well-received programming event that we have from time to time. Tell us a little bit more about that. Okay. And do you have one coming up anytime soon?
We do, and we're hoping to have more of these. We started these a few years ago. Our 5th one is coming up on October the 28th, which is a Saturday. I think Tennessee plays Kentucky that day, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway,
there'd be some people definitely won't be on.
Yeah, so anyway, if you want to get away from the game and just spend some time learning, but
maybe by halftime.
Yeah, well, we'll be Facebook Live from the stadium.
Yeah.
No, this started out as an idea to provide some continuing education to some of the pastors in the area, and it's something that's turned out to be. We've had folks come in from all over the eastern United States to be part of this, to either visit or to be one of the facilitators or leaders, and it's basically we bring in a couple of speakers. They're here for a day. We have a real laid back time. It's everybody talks a lot. We eat a lot. We drink a lot of coffee. Actually, we do that every day. But this but you get continuing education for this one. And the fellow we're bringing in, we've had folks come in and talk about preaching and storytelling and all sorts of stuff, community building. But we're bringing in Bishop Ken Carter. Ken Carter he's a retired bishop now, but he was the bishop over in Tennessee, Memphis conferences, and also in Mississippi. And he's got a really neat ministry right now, working at a life care center where his wife is in there, a memory care center, and he's going to be, as a chaplain, he's going to be coming in and talking to us about working with folks who have Alzheimer's and dementia, but also the theology behind that. And we'll have the information up on our Facebook page here within the next couple hours, and also actually it's already on our website. And so check that out. But we'd love to have you come attend. It's on Saturday. You can come in Friday, spend the night, and then it's just a I think it's $40 for 3 meals, and just the what you'll learn that day. So we hope you can be part of it. And it's designed for pastors and laity both. So we'd love to have you come in and be part of that. And we'll have others coming up. This will be the last one for this year, but we'll have some others coming up next year as well.
Yeah, those seem to go over really good. I mean, and for $40, come on.
We get about 25 or 30 people, and it's fun. And you get to see Jerry for no additional cost.
Yeah, there's no extra charge for that.
Yeah, in fact, we had one just with Jerry, but you couldn't afford that one. So
autographs, I can't make any promises.
I know.
We'd
run out of ink, so we'll have extra pins that day.
It's one of those things. So, well, that's good information, Mike. And as you said, I think you can find information. We'll post that on our Facebook page, updates on that, and ways that you can schedule in if you're interested in that. Or you could call us and ask for Mike, again, extension 320 at Henderson Settlement.
Or Jerry at 315. Operators are standing by.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, there's some of those operators.
Yeah,
boy,
they're operating.
They're cutting in. Anyway, so, along those lines, again, I just want to put out there, that we are this time of year scheduling for work teams for 2018, spring, fall, and certainly for summer. And if you're interested in information or definitely bringing a work team, you can go to a webpage at hendersonsettlement.com and get a registration form and send that to us with $100, and we can book you into a week. But if you need more information on that, email us or call us at the numbers we've already talked about, and we're happy to assist you get more information on it. We can handle about 200 people a week here.
Mm-hmm.
And in the spring and fall, seldom are we around that. This week is a kind of a typical week in spring and fall, 90 to 100 or so. But in the summer, some weeks can be as many as 200, but we average about 160. So we'd love to see you here next year sometime. And this year's work camp season is slowly winding down. I think we've got about 2 more weeks, and then we kind of begin in November doing home visits and that type of thing, building the list. And so it's always something going on here. So we appreciate that information, Mike. So what I want to do now is to kind of do our craft shop highlight of the week. And, we do a lot of local crafts and things like that, but we also have like some gift shop items, promotional type things that we offer in the craft shop. And one of the most purchased items, and it seems to be the most well-received items that we have in the craft shop, are these Henderson Settlement caps. And these here, they're kind of a soft top cap and with a nice bill on them. We have multiple colors. As you can see here, I think I thought I had another one somewhere, but maybe I didn't. But we have these. The back is the cap itself is one color, and the bill can be a different color, and some of them the same. This one here is a little bit more firm, but you can see they have Henderson Settlement on the front of them, and just they're really good quality hats. These here especially, they wash well. You can wash them, and they really don't fade or damage or anything. Just really nice caps. These are, I think, $17 a piece in the craft shop. These here, for you hunters out there, hey hunters, these are super nice.
Shoot.
If you're going out hunting deer this time of year, man,
the deer will think you're beautiful wearing that.
Listen, as soon as they see that Henderson Settlement work camp, they'll think, oh, this guy, oh, I need to help him out.
It's a nonprofit.
I'm gonna get my 12-point over here, bring him and they introduce it, and then you're uptown. But anyway, these are Realtree hats, and we've got Realtree Extra, and then we've got another one that looks similar. It's just a Realtree and have Henderson Settlement on them, and have work camp, so a nice little design. Frakes Kentucky in the back in case you're wondering where you need to go, whether you're there or not. That's on there, so that's great. Now these here, we did this a little bit last year, but I really love these. They're a safari hat, I guess if you want to call it that. These are kind of like a canvas material to have Henderson Settlement. We have that on them. Some of them have this red print on it. These are all stitched, not just they're embroidered, so they're not just ironed on or anything like that. It's a really nice hat, and we have that's in the red print. We have it in the green print, and of course we have it in
The blueprint.
the blueprint.
Oh.
Of course, you got to have the blue. If it's not blue, it's not for you. Yeah,
It's not blue.
I
It
made
won't
that
do.
up. I made that up. Just not on the
Man,
So anyway,
don't
have a nice, you know, look at that. Look at that. Now
Yeah.
this, if you buy one of these,
Yeah, Kentucky will win every game.
I can't promise you'll look this good in it. I can't. But you probably look better actually. So anyway, just put that out there. So these are available. I can't remember what the prices are on these, but whatever it is, I guarantee it's a good price. So if you're interested in any of these, contact us and we'll connect you with the craft shop people. And happy to put those in there. Now, this item here is one of our local crafters. Makes a lot of woodworking items for us, and this is truly just a really beautiful item. And he has a lot of different types of woodworking in our craft shop. But this here it's honestly it's a bowl, but it's got all these different types of wood in it and shades of colors. It is just a beautiful item, and it is a 10-inch bowl, and this goes for before tax $94.34, and I mean that is
some of it's local wood right from here.
It is
from the actual.
Yeah, he makes some lamps, and we'll probably bring up one of the lamps next week. And I saw one down there earlier. If it doesn't sell before next week, that was wood from one of the trees that we used to have in our apple orchard, and he just does wonderful work. And these are just a taste of some of the items that we have in the craft shop. So if you're interested in any of this, call us, email us, message us here on Facebook, and we can get you more pictures of this, or we can sell you these items, or if you want to come and visit us, again, we're happy to let you know what hours we'll be open, or we're all happy to open it up at any time through the day. If it's one person or whether it's 20 people, we're happy to open up and let you go through our craft shop and gift shop. So consider that and look that over. If you're coming on a visit, absolutely take the time to go through our craft shop. I think you will be impressed with a lot of the talents that we have locally and the folks that put these items in. Man, Mike, we started out with some difficulties, but it's seemed to go pretty well. Man, I love this breeze. It feels great.
Amen.
I'm a little worried about that goat, though. Do we have any update on the goat? Oh, look, it comes. It was information on the fly. Yeah. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see here. All right, it appears that our wild goat, as I look here, has been apprehended and has safely been gotten back into the fence. So nobody got her goat today. Now that doesn't mean that won't happen later on. More likely, it certainly will. But so if those of you that were concerned and worried about a goat out there, let your little hearts be at ease. That goat is safe back where it kind of started from. But I want to close out with this. And I hope we may be going a little long, but that's okay. I know you people can't get enough. I just know it. But Mike told me an interesting story. He goes out on a lot of these trips, and he was telling me just a few weeks ago. He said he got in a van, not one of those that got damaged or stolen, but it was a different van. Probably lucky it was gone. But he was going across this mountain. The road goes back across the mountain down in here, and it was one late afternoon, and it's kind of a little rainy. But anyway, he got going down the hill in the van, and he saw this little man walking alongside the road, and he was leading this old mule behind him. And Mike said it occurred to him. He said, that little fella looks like, that mule is all worn out, sway back and broke down. And said, maybe I'll offer him a ride and see if he would, like to do that. So he stopped, rose his window down, said, hey, fella, said, I'm from Henderson Settlement, and I'm going down the road here a piece, and would you like to have a ride as far as I could take you? And the little old man looked at him and said, oh, sir, that would be fantastic. I appreciate it. But, this old mule here, he don't look like much. Probably don't amount to much. But I've had this mule a long time, and I love that animal. And the last thing I'd want to do is leave him standing alongside the road or tied up somewhere, and somebody come through and maybe hit him with their car by accident or just something. I just couldn't bear that, he said. Couldn't stand it. Would you consider, he told Mike, would you consider maybe taking this rope here and tying him to your bumper? Give him plenty of slack and just ease down the road if you ain't in no hurry, and that way he can kind of follow behind and get to where we're going.
seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, Mike said, "Oh, absolutely, I'm not in a hurry to get where I'm going anyway." So they get out, they tie that mule up, give it a little slack, and they get easing down the road. And as you can see, Mike, he's a great conversationalist. This little fella, he was a great talker too. And they get to telling stories and talking, and before you know it, Mike forgets about that mule being hitched up behind him. All of a sudden it hits him. Oh man, I got that mule tied up back there. He looks at his speedometer and he's doing about 30 miles an hour. So, oh man, I'm afraid to look and see. I know that mule, he's old. I'll probably drag him all over the hillside. What am I going to do? But he looks. Can't stand it. He looks in his rearview mirror, and to his surprise, that mule is picking him up and laying him down. Boy, he's just getting it. Man, Mike thought, man, that is some fast mule. I can't believe he can run that fast. So Mike is a good Christian soul. Yes, he is. But every now and then he gets overcome with wonder. He just can't help himself.
On a daily basis.
He begins to wonder. he questions, and he's asking himself, the thought occurs to him, says, I wonder how fast that mule is. So he looks over at the little old man, and he's still talking and hasn't figured anything out, so he speeds up to 35. Looks in his rearview mirror, man, that mule is still getting it. He's moved right up to the back bumper, and his nose pressed right up against the windshield. Mike said, man, I cannot believe how fast that mule is. So he sped up to 40. Looked in the rearview mirror, and he could see the steam coming off that mule's nose. He was pressing hard like he's pushing it. Couldn't believe it. Mike said, man, that is unreal. Speeds up to 40 miles an hour, 45, and just, man, he just looks back in the mirror, and that mule, by that time, has dropped back. That rope just as tight as it can be, and his tongue's all lolled out on it, just hanging there. And Mike said, uh-oh, I pushed him too far. I had my chance to get out of this, but now I have went and pushed my luck too far. So he gets to feeling bad. He looks at little gentleman and tells him, listen, sir, I'm sorry. You know, we're going down the road here. We got your mule hitched up in the back here. Before I realized it, you know, I was taking my time, but now I was doing, you know, a fair amount of speed, and that mule, I give him credit. That's some kind of quick mule you got back there. Boy, that mule can flat go. But I had to try him out, see how fast he was, and I sped up. Now he's dropped back. Tongue's all out on him. I apologize. Whatever's going to take for me to make this up to you, I'll do it. Well, the little old man, he didn't even blink an eye. Looked at Mike and said, hey, now listen, boy. Now you need to tell me, what side of his mouth is that tongue hanging out on? That's important. Well, Mike kind of thought that was a strange question, but he didn't want to ask at that point. He looked back in his mirror and he says, well, it's all lolled out there, kind of hanging out on the left side. And the old man looks at him and says, well, you be sure to hold to your side because he's getting ready to go around. Yeah, that's a turn signal, by the way, just in case you didn't get that. That is a fast mule. That mule drinks straight moonshine.
Passed me like white lightning.
Well, it just went right on.
Yeah, just like I was flat-footed.
The interesting part is how he untied the rope when he passed. Yeah, that's a smart.
You know, he was dragging the engine block along behind him too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mentioned that. Yeah,
that's
a different story.
That's a different mule. Okay. Yeah, that's a goat. That's a Billy goat.
Right. Okay.
We'll have to get to that one later.
Next week.
So anyway, folks, we appreciate you joining us and being with us, and we look forward to seeing you back here around 2 o'clock next week. God bless you and have a wonderful week.